It's a bright morning, filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers as the mother eagerly prepares for her birthday. She carefully arranges the colorful decorations, her heart fluttering with excitement and anticipation. The sun streams through the kitchen window, illuminating her joyful smile, reflecting the warmth of her hopes for the day. Her son, however, lingers on the background, a mix of affection and tension evident in his demeanor. As she hums her favorite tune, she glances at him, seeking connection, yet sensing the distance that has grown between them. Memories of laughter and shared moments flash through her mind, but so do the unspoken words and unresolved feelings. Today, she wishes to bridge that gap, unaware that her son carries a weight of his own, ready to surface amidst the celebration. The atmosphere is charged, setting the stage for a poignant journey ahead. The birthday celebration unfolded in a cozy living room, adorned with colorful balloons and a homemade cake filling the air with a sweet aroma. Laughter echoed as family members gathered, sharing stories and exchanging warm hugs. The mother, radiant with joy, soaked in every moment, her heart swelling with love for her son. She anticipated a day filled with surprises, hoping for a heartfelt gesture that would affirm their bond. As she watched her son interact with relatives, she felt a flicker of pride, yet a subtle tension lingered beneath the surface. Her expectations soared, envisioning a perfect day that would bridge the emotional distance between them. Little did she know, this celebration would lead her on an unexpected journey, revealing unspoken feelings and the complexities of their relationship, setting the stage for what was to come. As the laughter and chatter filled the air, her son approached, a peculiar expression on his face. He held out an empty box, wrapped in colorful paper, and her heart skipped a beat. Confusion washed over her. Was this a joke? The vibrant celebration around her dulled as she took the box, her fingers brushing against the smooth surface. The room, once alive with joy, shifted to an atmosphere thick with uncertainty. She glanced at her son, searching for an explanation, but his eyes revealed nothing but a mix of apprehension and resolve. The air felt heavy, and her mind raced with questions. What did this mean? Why an empty box? The laughter faded into whispers, and she could sense the tension rising, marking a pivotal moment in their relationship that would change everything. As she stared at the empty box, a whirlwind of emotion surged within her. Confusion clouded her thoughts. What could this mean? Her heart raced, oscillating between bewilderment and concern. Memories of past birthdays flashed before her eyes, moments filled with laughter and love, now tainted by an unsettling silence. She felt a knot tighten in her stomach, realizing this wasn't just a gift. It was a reflection of something deeper. What had she missed? Was this a sign of her son's unspoken pain? The emptiness of the box mirrored the void she feared had grown between them. She desperately searched for answers, grappling with the weight of her son's feelings, feeling the urgency to understand. This moment was pivotal, and she knew she had to unravel the significance behind this seemingly simple gesture. As her heart sank with the weight of realization, the air thickens as the son's voice cuts through the silence. Now you'll understand how I felt all these years. Each word hangs heavily, reverberating with unspoken pain. The mother's heart races, her mind grappling with the weight of his statement. She searches his eyes, hoping to find a trace of the boy she once knew, but all she sees is a chasm of hurt and disappointment. The celebration around them fades, laughter replaced by a suffocating stillness. Memories flood her mind, moments where she chose work over warmth, ambition over affection. She feels the emotional distance stretch between them, an invisible barrier forged by years of neglect. His words pierce through her defenses, forcing her to confront the truth she has avoided. In this moment, the reality of their fractured bond becomes undeniable, and the tension escalates, demanding resolution. As the weight of her son's words hangs in the air, the mother feels a tumult of emotions swirling within her. She senses the depth of his hurt, realizing that the empty box is not just a gift, but a powerful symbol of their fractured bond. Memories flood her mind, moments where she prioritized her own needs over his, leaving him feeling invisible. Each recollection deepens her internal conflict. She grapples with guilt and sorrow, recognizing the implications of her neglect. The silence between them feels heavy, amplifying her anxiety. She yearns to reach out, to bridge the chasm that has grown between them, yet fear holds her back. In this moment of clarity, she understands that her son's pain is a reflection of her own shortcomings as a mother, igniting a desperate need for reconciliation and healing. As the scene shifts, the colors fade into sepia tones, transporting us back to moments that shaped their relationship. We see the mother, engrossed in her work, barely noticing her son's eager attempts to share his achievements. A school play, where he shines on stage, is overshadowed by her late arrival, her phone buzzing with emails. His proud smile fades as she whispers an apology, her mind elsewhere. Another memory surfaces, a birthday party, where she's preoccupied with friends, leaving him to entertain himself. The laughter of other children echoing in the background. Each moment reveals a pattern of emotional unavailability, where her priorities eclipsed his needs. The son's small gestures for connection, like drawing pictures or sharing stories, were met with distracted nods, deepening the void between them and laying the groundwork for his feelings of neglect. Throughout their lives, there were moments where the mother's priorities overshadowed her son's emotional needs. During his school performances, she often chose work commitments over attending, missing the pride in his eyes as he searched for her in the crowd. On weekends, while he longed for quality time, she immersed herself in social gatherings, leaving him to navigate his feelings alone. Birthdays, once filled with joy, became overshadowed by her focus on planning elaborate parties, neglecting the simple moments he craved. Each instance built a wall between them, as he felt increasingly invisible. The mother, caught up in her ambitions and social life, failed to see the growing distance. These misunderstandings etched deep wounds in their relationship, leaving her son feeling unworthy of her time and affection, ultimately leading to the poignant moment of confrontation on her birthday. Over the years, the son made countless attempts to bridge the emotional chasm between him and his mother. He would call her, hoping for a warm conversation, only to be met with distracted responses. Each birthday, he would plan surprises, yearning for her genuine joy, but instead faced her preoccupied demeanor. School events were another battleground. He'd look for her in the crowd, only to find her missing, lost in her own world. Frustration brewed within him, each disappointment stacking like bricks, creating an impenetrable wall of resentment. He tried writing her letters, pouring out his heart, but those words remained unread, lost in the void. Now, standing before her with the empty box, all those years of silent pleading culminated in this moment where he finally confronted her about the emotional neglect that had defined their relationship. As the celebration fades, the mother's heart sinks under the weight of her son's words. Memories flood her mind, each one a reminder of her emotional absence. She recalls the countless times she chose work over warmth, her priorities overshadowing his need for connection. Guilt washes over her like a tide, pulling her deeper into the realization of her son's pain. She feels the chasm between them widen, a void created by her neglect. Each missed moment echoes in her thoughts, amplifying her regret. Understanding dawns that the empty box is more than a gift. It symbolizes the love and attention she failed to provide. The realization strikes her hard, igniting a desire to bridge the gap. In this moment of clarity, she knows she must confront her past to mend their fractured bond. As she stands there, memories flood her mind, each one a painful reminder of the moment she missed. She recalls the school plays she skipped, the late-night talks she brushed aside, and the countless times her son reached out, only to be met with her distractions. Each recollection deepens her regret, amplifying the weight of the empty box before her. She remembers his hopeful eyes, searching for connection, while she was lost in her own world. The laughter they could have shared, the hugs she could have given, all slipping through her fingers like sand. The realization hits her hard. These were opportunities for connection that she let fade away. Her heart aches as she confronts the truth. She chose her priorities over her son's emotional needs. And now, the chasm between them seems insurmountable. As the realization dawned upon her, the empty box transformed into a profound symbol of her son's unfulfilled emotional needs. It represented the void she had unknowingly created in their relationship, a stark reminder of the countless moments she had overlooked. Each empty space echoed with the silence of missed conversations and the absence of emotional support. The box was not merely a gift, it was a mirror reflecting her failures as a mother, a painful acknowledgement of her emotional unavailability. In that moment, she understood that her son had been yearning for connection, for validation, and for love that she had failed to provide. This understanding ignited a wave of guilt within her as she grappled with the weight of her neglect and the realization that their bond had been overshadowed by her distractions and priorities. The air thickens with tension as the mother's heart races, her eyes welling with tears. "I never meant to hurt you," she admits, her voice trembling. "I see now how my choices pushed you away." Memories flood her mind, times she chose work over his games, missed calls and unspoken words. "I thought I was doing what was best, but I see I was wrong," she continues, her vulnerability laid bare. "I didn't realize how lonely you felt, how much you needed me to be there." Each word is heavy with regret, a recognition of the emotional chasm that has grown between them. "I'm so sorry for the pain I caused," she whispers, hoping to bridge the gap. In this raw moment, she acknowledges her failures, yearning for understanding and a chance to heal the wounds of their past. As the mother's heartfelt admission hangs in the air, her son's expression shifts. Initially, his eyes widen with surprise, but soon they soften, revealing a vulnerability he rarely shows. He swallows hard, the weight of her words settling into his chest. "I didn't know you felt that way," he finally whispers, his voice trembling. The walls he built around his heart begin to crack, allowing a glimpse of the pain he's carried for so long. "I just wanted you to see me," he confesses, his gaze dropping to the empty box, now a symbol of their fractured bond. In that moment, the tension between them transforms into a fragile space for healing. Both mother and son stand on the precipice of understanding their shared vulnerability, creating an opportunity to bridge the emotional chasm that has kept them apart for years. The air in the room thickens as silence envelops them, both mother and son grappling with the weight of unspoken words. Her heart races, recognizing the hurt reflected in his eyes, a mirror of her own regret. Each breath feels heavy, a reminder of the years lost to misunderstandings and emotional distance. The complexity of their relationship hangs like a fragile thread, teetering on the brink of reconciliation. She feels the urge to reach out, to bridge the chasm that has grown between them, yet fear holds her back. His expression shifts, revealing vulnerability beneath the anger, as if he's weighing the possibility of forgiveness. In this charged moment, they both confront their emotions, understanding that healing will require courage. The tension is palpable, a dance of hope and hesitation as they navigate the intricate landscape of their shared pain. As the room falls silent, an invisible weight envelops both mother and son. Each breath feels heavy with unspoken words, their shared pain hanging in the air like a thick fog. The mother's heart races as she searches her son's eyes, hoping to find understanding. Yet all she sees is a reflection of her own regret. Memories flood her mind, moments she missed, opportunities for a connection lost in the chaos of life. The son, too, grapples with his emotions, feeling the sting of neglect and longing for the bond they once had. In this stillness, they both confront their vulnerabilities, the silence becoming a canvas for their unexpressed feelings. It's a rare moment where the past and present collide, allowing them to acknowledge the depth of their hurt and the possibility of healing that lies ahead. The mother hesitates for a moment, her heart racing as she processes the weight of her son's words. Taking a deep breath, she steps forward, her hand reaching out towards him. This simple gesture symbolizes her yearning to bridge the emotional chasm that has grown between them. She feels the warmth of vulnerability wash over her, a stark contrast to the coldness that had defined their interactions for so long. As her fingers gently graze his arm, she sees the flicker of surprise in his eyes. It's a moment laden with unspoken apologies and a desire for understanding. She knows that this step is just the beginning, but it's a crucial one. In that instant, she hopes to convey her commitment to mend their fractured bond, to be the mother he needs, and to finally address the pain that has lingered for years. As the mother reaches out, her hand trembling slightly, the son's gaze softens. For a brief moment, the walls he built around his heart begin to crack. He feels a flicker of hope, a glimmer that perhaps this gesture signifies more than just an apology. The air thickens with unspoken words, and he contemplates the possibility of forgiveness. Memories of shared laughter and unfulfilled dreams swirl in his mind, battling against years of hurt. He hesitates, caught between the desire to embrace this newfound openness and the fear of being hurt again. Yet, as he looks into his mother's eyes, he sees a reflection of his own pain and longing for connection. This moment, fragile yet profound, ignites a spark within him. Could this be the beginning of understanding? The thought lingers, offering a chance for healing they both desperately need. As the silence envelops them, the weight of unspoken words lingers in the air. The mother takes a hesitant step forward, her heart racing with a mix of fear and hope. She reaches out, her hand trembling slightly as it finds her son's shoulder. He looks up, surprise flickering in his eyes, but there's something deeper, a yearning for connection. Slowly, he leans into her touch, and she pulls him into a tentative embrace. It's fragile, yet profound, a shared moment that signifies the beginning of their healing journey. They both know the road ahead will be challenging, filled with conversations yet to be had and emotions to navigate. But in this embrace, there's a glimmer of understanding, a silent acknowledgement of their shared pain, and the possibility of rebuilding their bond, one step at a time. As they pull away from their embrace, the mother looks deeply into her son's eyes, filled with emotion. "I promise to be more present in your life," she says, her voice steady yet soft. The weight of her words hangs in the air, a commitment to change. She recalls all the missed moments and the laughter that could have been, realizing that this is the starting point for a new chapter. Her son, still processing the shift, feels a flicker of hope ignite within him. The tension that once dominated their relationship begins to dissipate, replaced by a fragile yet promising connection. They stand together, both aware that the road ahead will require effort and understanding. Yet, for the first time in years, they feel the potential for renewed love and closeness, ready to embrace the journey together.